Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT&T UVerse TV. Well, last night at Rogers Center was raining home runs. This afternoon, it's just plain raining. So the roof is closed, and the Rangers and Toronto Blue Jays will get Game 2 of this 3-game set indoors this afternoon and Toronto. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us on this Saturday afternoon for Rangers baseball. Rangers trying to slow down the Toronto Blue Jays. They're also trying to get rid of that 6-game losing streak. And, Tom, today the Rangers turned to Giovanni Gallardo to stop that streak.
They do, Buzz, and when they signed him in the offseason, they wanted a guy who would be a third starter, a guy who would start 33 times, give 180 innings pitched, go 6 innings a night, take the ball every start, give you a chance to win every day, and he's been that and more. He's 3-0 with a 1.22 ERA in the month of June. That leads Major League Baseball. In 13 out of his last 14 starts, he's given up 3 earned runs or less. So he's been very consistent. He's working on a 15-inning scoreless streak coming into this game. So hopefully the streak he's on will serve him well against this excellent offense that the Blue Jays throw out there.
Yeah, and hopefully Giovanni can continue that scoreless streak, and hopefully the Rangers can score a few runs for him here this afternoon. We will come back with more in our pregame from Toronto right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Visit your Texas Ford dealer now for great deals on America's best-selling brand. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T UVerse TV. UVerse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Now the roof is closed. A very comfortable atmosphere inside Rogers Center. Rangers getting set to take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Before we get things underway, let's check in with John Radigan.
Yeah, Buzz, talk about last night just a little bit, and one of the very few bright spots was the Prince Fielder milestone home run. He hit number 300, as you know. Prince admits he knew he was sitting on 299, but lost in the excitement of the moment of that first inning home run. As he rounded the bases, he forgot about the significance of the accomplishment.
When I hit it, I didn't realize it was until, AB said congratulations. So kind of said it on the flyby. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Nice. So, yeah, I'm just, obviously it shows I've been able to stay in the game for a while, so very happy with that. I'm very happy I've been able to be healthy for, a lot of years, and fortunately, for, except for last year. So, like I said, I'm definitely, grateful for the years I have been healthy.
And certainly hopeful for many more years and maybe a few more milestone home runs. Prince Fielder ready for action again today, guys. Let's get it back up to you.
All right, John, thanks very much. Yeah, we look forward to Prince hitting a lot more home runs in the Ranger colors. Well, gets set to face a rookie for the first time. Rangers here this afternoon. Tom's going to tell you about the Southwest Airlines Texas Rangers starting lineup.
Shin-Soo Choo will start off in right field, followed by Ryan Rua. Prince Fielder's the DH. Adrian Beltre is at third base. Mitch Moreland is batting fifth at first base. Elvis Andrus is the shortstop. Joey Gallo bats seventh, and he'll play center field this afternoon. Rougned Odor is at second base, and the catcher batting ninth is Robinson Chirinos.
And the Rangers will be facing Matt Boyd, the 24-year-old left-hander, making his major league debut here this afternoon. Boyd with a fastball, a sweeping kind of slider slash curveball, depending on how hard he throws, and a changeup. Not an overpowering pitcher, but certainly a very competent minor league pitcher, and he's going to see how that plays at the major league level. Kind of a funky delivery, so the Rangers might have a little trouble the first time through picking up the ball. We'll see how that plays out. As we've talked about, though, with young men in the first look by the Rangers or by any team at a guy, the advantage usually to the pitcher. We'll see if Matt Boyd can use that advantage in his good on his side. And the Toronto defense behind Matt Boyd here this afternoon. Chris Colabello gets a start in left field. Kevin Pillar is in center, and Jose Bautista in right. Edwin Encarnacion plays first. Devin Travis and Jose Reyes up the middle. Josh Donaldson at third, and Deoner Navarro behind the plate here this afternoon. Well, the Rangers come in having lost 6 in a row. They are now back down to the 500 level, 37 and 37. That for the first time in almost a month. Jeff Bannister's club tied with the Angels for second place. They now trail the Houston Astros by 5 full games in the AL West. And Rangers trying to get back on the winning side of things. A 6-game losing streak, the longest of the year. Shin-Soo Choo steps in, and Matt Boyd with his first major league pitch fires strike one. Choo, a .230 hitter, 8 home runs, 32 RBI. Again, back in that leadoff spot. He was there last night. Down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. You notice the lineup without Leonis Martin, kind of a shakeup. Jeff Bannister trying to get a little more offense in there. Leonis struggling mightily, and Leonis will sit for the first part of the game. Joey Gallo in center field. Pitch high and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Choo. Shin-Soo just 2 for his last 22 and 5 for 39 over 10 games, that longer streak. 1-2 offering. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Boyd getting that one up there at 95 miles an hour, which a little more velocity than we have been told that he possesses. Maybe a little bit of extra adrenaline in his major league debut. Got him swinging. Breaking ball started at Choo, and by the time Shin-Soo recognized it, pulled the trigger too late. That's out number 1.
I read an article about Boyd in the newspaper, and he talked about the influence his father had on him. And his dad, throughout his youth and into high school and college, always stressed attacking the hitters with his fastball. And last year he got to Double-A and stopped doing that. In his words, he said he was pitching like a coward, trying to trick the hitters. Felt like he was close to the big leagues, and needed to do things differently and had just a miserable Double-A season last year. This year in the offseason, he vowed to go back to being more aggressive. Double-A this year, he was 6-1 with a 1.10 ERA. Had a couple of good starts in Triple-A. Those are his overall stats, Double-A and Triple-A, and feels like he has gone back to being more aggressive with his fastball. And he's thrown all fastballs but a couple so far in the game. He had a chance in Triple-A to watch Randy Wolf pitch, a veteran pitcher. Said he liked to, first time through the lineup, feature his fastball, then go to his breaking ball, and then work in his slider and his changeup. We'll see if that's kind of in the game plan that Boyd has today, finally getting to the big leagues and pitching against a big league team. So far, it looks like he's aggressively going with his fastball.
Yeah, he has Brian Rua even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. John Gibbons, the Toronto skipper, keeping a close eye on Matt Boyd in his major league debut. 2-2 pitch coming to Rua. Call strike 3. Oh, back-to-back strikeouts to open up this young man's career. Chu swinging, Rua looking.
Well, they're all strikes, too. That last pitch is not just touching the outside corner. Half the ball was in the strike zone. Boyd was a relatively high draft pick. He was a 6th round pick, a college pitcher, Oregon State.
Rich fielder kind of flinched that breaking ball started at him. And that's that kind of sweeping breaking ball that Matt Boyd will feature, especially the left-handers. There it is again, that off the plate outside. Nothing in 2. Prince with a look on his face like, what in the world?
Well, as you mentioned, they've never seen him before, and that's a pretty good slider he's throwing up there.
Pop foul behind home plate and back into the seats. And I would think, Tom, that's one of those kinds of breaking balls that you can see it on TV all you want. See it in video, but until you get up there and actually face it, it's probably hard to believe it's that sharp and that late of a break.
Yeah, for a left-hand hitter, that left-handed slider kind of starts out at your body. If you haven't seen it before, you're not quite confident what it's going to do. It probably would cause you to flinch the first time you saw it.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Into left field. That is a base hit down in front of Colabello. So Prince fielder, after getting a couple of nasty breaking balls the first couple of pitches, got a pitch up and away. And as hot as he is, he got that to fall in for the 2-out single.
Pretty good comeback from no balls and 2 strikes. It's a fastball up and away, and does what he's pretty much been doing all season long on a ball away, is going the other way with it, driving it to left field. That ball hard.
Now 1-2 out. Here's Adrian Beltre batting at .249. Beltre, an 0 for 3 last night. Came back off the disabled list 5 games ago now. In his first 4 games back, 2 for 15 with a sacrifice fly. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boyd has had very good control this year. He's only walked in the minor leagues in over 80 innings, 18 batters. He throws a lot of strikes.
Yeah, throughout his minor league career, averaging pretty close to a strikeout an inning. A little bit more than a strikeout an inning. And Beltre now down to the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Adrian, half a dozen home runs. He has driven in 19. Wearing that protection on that left hand still, and needs to readjust it. So Beltre back in, fielder at first with 2 outs here in the first. Matt Boyd studying the signs. The left-hander is ready. And misses just a bit low, 2-2. Tom, you mentioned Boyd going to Oregon State. He went to the College World Series with his college team. He was very impressed with what he was able to do college postseason, if you will. Up the middle, Boyd spears it. And they run halfway to first with a little toss. No runs, a hit, one man left. Rangers do not score in the top of the first. Blue Jays coming up in a scoreless game. I'll tell you about the Amica Blue Jays starting lineup.
Jose Reyes will lead off at shortstop. Josh Donaldson bats second. The right fielder, Jose Bautista, is third. Edwin Encarnacion will bat fourth and play first base this afternoon. The catcher, Deaner Navarro, is fifth. Russell Martin DHing today and batting sixth. Chris Colabello out in left field batting seventh. Kevin Pillar, the center fielder, is eighth. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Devin Travis.
And that lineup will be facing Giovanni Gallardo. Our progressive scouting report for Gallardo. Very hot in the month of June. He has been extremely good in his last 6 starts. He's going to try and stay on that roll, and Giovanni has been able to do it by getting a lot of ground balls, better than 50% ground balls against him, which is a main difference from what he was in Milwaukee several years ago. Much more of a strikeout pitcher, a fly ball pitcher. He may try to pitch backwards against this aggressive club early in the ball game, and that means trying to throw off-speed pitches and fastball counts, and the reverse fastballs and off-speed counts. See if he can get them off the mark the way they were on the mark last night. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jose Reyes, who's a .274 hitter. In the air to left field, Rua coming on toward the line. That is out number 1. Reyes pops out to shallow left. And with 1 out, let's take a look at the rest of the Ranger defense. It's brought to you this afternoon by DeMontron RV. Now, you saw Ryan Rua in left field. Joey Gallo, his first professional start in center field. Shin-Soo Choo in right. Moreland at first. Odor and Andrews up the middle. Beltre at third. Robinson Chirinos is catching. Tom, what do you make of that? The first time Joey Gallo had ever started professionally in center field today.
Well, I looked at it that they wanted to give Leonis a day off. Jeff Bannister has done that a number of times this year with certain players. I remember him doing it with Shin-Soo Choo early in the year to give him a couple of days off. Leonis has been struggling. So they had to put someone out in center field. And with Delino hurt, they don't really have a center fielder. But I think they watched Joey play left field, and they were confident that he had the instincts to go after a fly ball and make the play. What they'll probably do, and it looks like they're doing it right now, is have him play a little bit deeper. It's easier to come in on a ball than it is to go back on a ball. And they feel confident that he can make the routine plays. He's probably not going to throw someone out at the plate the same way that Leonis might not go as far into the gaps to run a ball down. But based on what they saw in a short sample, they're confident that his instincts will allow him to do a solid job in center field and do all the routine things. And if he can do that, then I think he will have lived up to the expectations they have for him this afternoon.
2-1 pitch. Donaldson, a check swing foul. What about playing on this turf? Is that going to pose any extra problems for him?
I think the biggest problem on the old turf is the way the ball on a pop-up would hit the turf and bounce over your head if you weren't careful. And this turf doesn't seem to be quite the same. It doesn't bounce quite as high. It's a little bit slower. The ball's rolling toward him will get there a little bit slower, which probably should help a little bit. Boy, that was a smash. Nice play by Mitch.
That one didn't slow down too much.
Jeff Bannister was talking about in some ballparks with the idiosyncrasies you see in the outfield, the deep right center field in Boston, irregularities in different ballparks. This should be a little bit easier because it's perfectly symmetrical from foul line to foul line. No tricks as far as the wall goes in center field. So I think all the circumstances are that he should be able to handle it out there. You're not looking for him to play like maybe a prototype center fielder, but based on what they've seen in left field, they're confident that he can do the job and give Leonis a night off.
Now 2 outs here in the first. Jose Bautista at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Bautista, a .249 hitter.
It is kind of a whirlwind month in the big leagues, though, for Joey Gallo, who got here as a third baseman to replace Adrian when he went on the disabled list. And Jeff was asked whether he'd play any left field, and Jeff said, and rightfully so, let's let him get his feet underneath him at third base, and we'll talk about that somewhere down the road. And next thing you know, Joey was out in left field, and after a week or so of getting some experience out in left field here in Toronto, he's out in center field. So he's made a decent impression on everybody as far as his ability to handle the outfield.
Outside, 3 balls and a strike to Bautista, trying to get aboard with 2 outs here in the first. Edwin Encarnacion, the cleanup man, waits to be next. Rangers now with 3 infielders on the left side of the diamond, with the hitters count up there at 3-1 to Bautista. He takes inside and low for ball 4. Well, Bautista, who leads the league in walks, adds 1 more to his total. He is aboard with 2 outs. Encarnacion coming out.
And Bautista doesn't get hurt, then he'll walk 100 times. You look at his record over the last 5 years. 3 of those 5 years, he's walked more than 100 times. The other 2 years, he didn't play a full season for injury reasons. He's a guy that's a threat to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He had 54 home runs in 2010.
Yeah, that walk. Go ahead.
And with that comes a very patient eye.
That walk, the 56th that he has had this year. This only the 76th game for Toronto.
Yeah, he's on pace for 120 maybe.
Yeah. Well, here's Encarnacion, who had the 2 home run night last night. His 3rd multi-home run game of the season, the 20th of his career. One of those, of course, that first inning grand slam. Encarnacion now 16 home runs. That is second on the Blue Jay team to Josh Donaldson's 17. And he has 47 RBI. That's good for 3rd on the Toronto club. 1-1 pitch to him. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You're talking about Bautista walking a lot. And he does have, obviously, solid protection with Encarnacion batting behind him. It's not like you have to totally pitch around Bautista to get to a weaker hitter. Encarnacion is a very established power hitter himself.
Just missed the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, you look up and down this Toronto lineup, there really aren't any soft touches, so to speak, from a hitting standpoint. You got 7 guys at least that not only are good hitters, but they hit the ball out of the ballpark with regularity. 2-2. That's a pop foul. That will reach the seats on the first base side. Well, the Blue Jays at 40-35. They are part of that bunched up American League East. They're in 4th place, but they're only a game out of 1st. Blue Jays here at home have really done some damage. They are 24-14 at home. That is the 2nd best home record in the American League. John Gibbons' ball club playing very well under the dome. There's a shot. Elvis to second base. What a play by Andrews to get the force and send the Blue Jays out in the first. No runs, no hits, one left after one. We are scoreless in Toronto.
Now has a half inning under his belt in center field. As near as he can remember, it's his first inning ever in organized ball in center.
Same as playing left field, it's new to me, so it's just moving a little over and the ball will be a little straighter, so hopefully it'll be all right. No big deal.
And Tom, you mentioned that there really isn't that much about this center field that's tricky. It's a pretty straightforward center field. So Banny and Gallo echoed it. They're just hoping that it'll be a pretty straightforward day for him out there, and any chances that he gets, he'll be able to handle.
Yeah, I think what Joey said is probably true. Most people think that it's a little easier to track a ball down in center field. You get less slicing action as you might in left field or right field. The ball directly over your head can be a challenge. I think that the thing that distinguishes a center fielder from a left fielder or right fielder is his speed and the amount of ground that he can cover out there. But as far as getting a jump and seeing the ball, it's probably a little bit easier because you watch the ball go by the hitter at a much different angle than you do in left field and right field. Helps you judge the ball a little bit better.
Gallo about third in the inning. Mitch Moreland leading things off. And fouls that straight back. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mitch on a pretty good roll, and you can see in 11 games here at Rogers Center at .371 career average. That's the highest average he has in any park away from Globe Life Park in Arlington. 2 home runs, 7 RBI in those 11 games. Chopper slowly hit out to second, and Travis makes the play. 1 gone. Next will be Elvis Andrus. Now, Matt Boyd, only 2 games in his minor league career above Double-A. And they both came this year. His last 2 outings were at Triple-A before his call-up. Pretty impressive minor league numbers as far as opponents' batting average. This year, opponents hitting just 171 against him. Kind of reverse splits, though. Left-handers hitting higher than right-handers. Elvis takes ball 1. Elvis a .244 average. .1-0 pitch. A ball and a strike. We're talking about our scouting report on Matt Boyd about the funky delivery. He's calmed it down a little bit. Still, his follow-through really falling off toward the third baseline quite a bit. And a bunt that way. He's going to take advantage of it. Elvis, a base hit
Pretty good timing right there, Buzz.
Goodness.
You said he falls off to the left, and here comes the bunt to the right.
Elvis, perfectly executed push bunt.
Did Elvis tell you he was going to do that first time up? That's a perfect example of what you're talking about. The left-hand pitcher, his momentum takes him the other way, and Elvis drops it down. He can't get to it.
So the second Ranger hit of the afternoon against Matt Boyd. 1 on, 1 out for Joey Gallo. Saw Joey in last night's ball game as a pinch runner in the 9th inning. Average of 224. Blue Jays now in a big overshift against Gallo. Ball 1 is low. Joey with 5 home runs, 10 runs driven in. Talked a lot lately about trying to make adjustments. He said that, the pitchers have adjusted to him, and now it's his turn to take part in the back and forth. He's trying to be a little more mindful of breaking balls away from him from left-handers and try and stay off them. Makes that fastball at the knees, and I guess that's a danger when you start thinking too much about breaking ball. You let a few fastballs go by that you otherwise would have a pretty good hack at.
Yeah, I think you don't want to go away from your strength, and most young hitters have as a strength hitting the fastball.
Boyd back to the plate. 2-1 the count.
The last 3 fastballs have been 88 and 89. First inning, his fastball was 93 and as high as 95. I don't know if he loses a little velocity from the stretch or if he was really amped up in the first inning.
That is wide. 3 balls and a strike now to Gallo.
Here's a spot where you definitely, against a young pitcher, have to look for a fastball.
Yep.
He can throw you a slider for a strike here, fine, more power to him, but don't miss the fastball if he gives you a good one to hit right now.
Elvis away from first. Boyd with a 3-1. Hit hard into right field, a base hit. Andrews around second, will motor on over to third, and Gallo rifled it right through the shift. Second consecutive hit for the Rangers. At the corners now are Andrews and Gallo, with Rougned Odor coming up.
Well, he's looking for a fastball for sure. He gets a fastball, and he rips the fastball. Ted Williams used to say, in that kind of a count, you can't be late on the fastball. You can make an out, you can miss it, but you have to be geared up and not be late. You take a lazy swing at a 3-1 pitch, that's on you. And Joey was amped up to hit the fastball that time, and he did.
The first and third with 1 out. Rougned Odor, a 192 average. Takes the breaking ball for strike 1. Rougned, a couple of home runs. He has driven in 16. Chance here to get the Rangers out in front this afternoon. Odor, a 333 average since coming back up from Round Rock. That was 11 days ago. Down on the count now, 0-2. This is his 10th start. He has driven in 7 runs in the previous 9 ball games. And the numbers for Rougned. Got some work to do here, though, against Matt Boyd. Popped up. Foul territory. Donaldson, a long run. He's not going to be able to get there. I don't think Deanna Navarro ever saw it, but I'm not sure he could have gotten there, even if he'd gotten a good jump on it.
Well, if Donaldson got anywhere near it, he would have tried to catch it. He made one of the greatest catches you'll ever see the other day here. Sometime today we're probably going to show it again, where he dove into the stands. So he's fearless when he gets near a wall or gets near the stands. He just didn't have time to get to that one.
No, Rougned back in, everybody back in their positions. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
We just happen to have that. You'll never see a better play than this.
That's amazing.
Now, Derek Jeter made a similar play, but Derek Jeter caught the ball before he ever entered the seats.
And Odor drives it to left. Colabello getting set. Tagging at third is Elvis. The throw to the plate is cut off. The throw to second, Gallo's in safely. And he thought about trying to advance 90 more feet, but thought better of it. In to score on the sacrifice fly is Elvis Andrus. The Rangers have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, good job all the way around. Rougned was behind in the count on a couple of breaking balls, 0-2. Got back into the count, got a breaking ball, and hit it to left field for the RBI. Colabella is not an experienced left fielder. Really had no shot to throw anyone out at the plate. So instead of throwing it to second, he tried to throw it home. Joey Gallo tagged up just like he should. Saw the lazy throw home and beat the cutoff man's throw back to second base. So another man in scoring position.
2 outs now. And Robinson Chirinos hits a towering pop foul.
Yes, so.
Navarro and Donaldson doing a header over the wall.
Even Donaldson wasn't going to dive into that cement pit.
If he gets in the vicinity, he's going after it, isn't he?
Yeah. He wants to dive head out, but I'm glad he didn't. I wouldn't try that twice in a week.
No, there's nobody there to catch him either way they did in Tampa Bay. No, 0-1 the count to Chirinos. Robinson, the number 9 hitter in the order, a 209 average, but 6 home runs, 25 RBI for it. A ball and a strike. Chirinos very productive of late over the last 10 ball games. He's at 273. That's brought his average up some 19 points. Very good changeup. 1-2. Couple of RBI for Chirinos in the last 10 ball games. Trying to pick up Joey Gallo from second base. Rangers lead 1-0 here in the second. Right field, that's hit pretty well. Bautista going back. He has room as he steps onto the warning track. And hauls it in. That'll do it for the Rangers. They get a run on 2 hits and lead 1. After 1.5, it's Texas 1, Toronto 0. Your Texas Ford dealer. Visit your Texas Ford dealer now for great deals on America's best-selling brand. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, the Rangers out in front 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Deoner Navarro, Russell Martin, and Chris Colabello to face the 29-year-old right-hander Giovanni Gallardo. Gallardo now with a scoreless first inning. 16 consecutive scoreless frames on his resume, and he deals a strike to Navarro. Navarro, the switch hitting backup catcher to Russell Martin. .265 average with a couple of home runs and 8 driven in. A lot of talk after the Blue Jays acquired Russell Martin in the offseason, what they would do with Navarro, and he expressed the desire to go someplace that he could be the everyday catcher. Blue Jays couldn't find the right setup, and they kept him, and it's worked out well for them. He and Russell Martin have formed a pretty good tandem behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll try it again after that foul ball. This is the second career start for Yovani Gallardo against the Blue Jays. And last time, and only time that he faced him, came back in 2012. That was almost exactly 3 years ago, June 20th of 2012. And it was here at the Rogers Center when Yovani was with the Milwaukee Brewers. He worked 6 2/3 that day, gave up 3 runs. Two-two pitch. Pulled foul down the first base side. Gallardo in that ball game 3 years ago took the win. We talked about that scoreless streak for Yovani. That's the longest active streak for a starter in Major League Baseball. Now 16 consecutive scoreless innings. Another 2-2 pitch. Full count. Now Navarro trying to get aboard to start the Blue Jays' second inning. Russell Martin, who is handling the DH chores, waits to be next. Gallardo to the line for the payoff pitch. Off the end of the bat, rolled out to second. One gone.
You really see that ball slow down, didn't you?
Yeah, very much so. What a way Russell Martin coming up. Well, folks, on the 7th day of the 7th month, the Rangers are bringing you a $7 upper box and upper reserve tickets. Plus, the first 15,000 fans 14 and older get a Hawaiian Rangers shirt brought to you by Fox Sports Southwest. Visit TexasRangers.com and use the coupon code 777 to get your tickets today. Russell Martin, who hit an opposite field home run last night, takes strike one. That for Martin, his 11th home run of the year, a .274 average. A lot of at-bats against Gallardo from over in the National League. On the outer edge, very quickly, 0-2. Gallardo out of Trimble Tech High School in Fort Worth.
Good try.
Brewers took Yovani in the second round of the 2004 draft. Yovani had agreed to go to TCU to play baseball there. And said, no, I think we'll delay that a bit and head off to Milwaukee and see what we can do professionally. And I would say it's gone pretty well for him. Mainstay of that Brewers pitching staff since coming to the big leagues. 2-2 the count to Martin. Now 3-2. So back-to-back hitters that Yovani has been ahead of, but has run the count all the way full. And Martin trying to get aboard. Chris Colabello waits in the on-deck circle. Again, Gallardo to the line, the payoff pitch. Popped him up. That is way up there, Beltre and Andrus. And it was Adrian Beltre right in front of Elvis. You saw a kind of an awkward catch by Adrian. Elvis giving him a little grief about that. That thumb still not 100% good enough to play, but that last catch showed you that it still has to go about things a little gingerly. No, 2 away. Chris Colabello up there. Colabello, the hottest Toronto hitter. Average at 343. He has done a lot of damage since coming up to the Blue Jays back on May 5th. 45 ball games is what he's been able to get into with Toronto. Out of his last 31 games, he has had hits in 29 of them. Pretty consistent. Giovanni again out in front of the count. No balls, 2 strikes. And again, just missing. It's not like Gallardo has gotten ahead 0-2 and then missed wildly. And those are not very far off the mark. Gallardo reading the signs, nods in agreement. Now the 1-2. Giovanni getting set to unleash his 39th pitch of the afternoon. Hit hard, but Odor glides to his left and gobbles it up. A 1-2-3 inning for Gallardo and the Rangers. A shutdown inning put on the board. After 2, Rangers leading by 1. In one place. Don't miss the 86th All-Star Game on Tuesday, July 14th, only on Fox. And don't forget to visit TexasRangers.com/vote to send Fielder, Beltre, and Moreland to the game. Don't forget the All-Star voting now. Less than a week to run. It ends on the 2nd of July. Shin-Soo Choo starting things off here in the Ranger third. Top of the order to face Matt Boyd. Rangers got a run on a couple of hits and a sac fly in the second. Choo a strikeout, his first time up there. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Boyd's thrown a lot of pitches as well. This will be his 45th pitch. Just starting out the 3rd inning. First major league game.
2-1 now to Choo. 24-year-old left-hander. He goes 6'3" and just a shade under 200 pounds. Out of the Seattle area. It's fouled down. Said he went through the offseason along with kind of reorganizing his mind and making himself believe that he could pitch with his stuff in the big leagues. went through a different kind of off-season workout, said last year, that helped him increase his velocity a bit and would hopefully provide him a little more stamina strength throughout the season. Travis up and throwing. Jew retired, one gone. Now with Ryan Rua coming up, let's take time here to send it back to Aaron Hardigan for a Mazda game break. All right, Aaron, thank you. Here the Rangers leading 1-0, and Ryan Rua takes inside for ball one. Rua called out on strikes in the first. A good changeup by Boyd. 1-1. Another crafty left-hander.
Well, yeah, he started out in the first inning, looked like a power pitcher. He's throwing 93 to 95. But he mentioned the lesson from his father to try to establish his fastball and then go to his off-speed pitches. I guess that's what he was trying to do in the first inning, in addition to being amped up in his first big league start. There's 92 miles an hour up and away after a changeup. Pretty effective.
Third strikeout, second time he's gotten Rua. 2 gone. Well, talking about, and you mentioned, Tom, about him watching Randy Wolf pitch. And that's a pretty veteran approach that he's going to try to pick up from another left-hander that does that very well.
Yeah, and Randy Wolf is not a guy that throws probably 90 miles an hour anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't establish your fastball to make your off-speed pitches effective.
And Fielder, another multiple hit game as he gets his second straight single. And he has ripped both of them.
He has 2 fastballs up and out over the plate and 2 ropes. One to left and that one to center field. Next time up, he'll try to throw him an off-speed pitch and he'll pull it to right field.
Our Ford leaderboard showing you the average in day games this year in the American League. Prince Fielder coming into play. 393. That's good for 5th in the American League. He's gonna up that a little bit with the 2 singles so far. And Fielder continuing to blister the baseball. And the pitch gets away from Navarro, so down to second goes Fielder, gets himself into scoring position for Adrian Beltre.
So here's a good question, Buzz. If guys really like to hit in the daytime, is it because of the time of day or is it because they like to hit with the sunshine? And if that's the case, what does playing in a dome? You can't tell the difference between a day game or a night game in the dome.
Yeah, it's like being in Las Vegas. There are no clocks around to tell you what time it is.
Other than, you wake up and play a ball game. Maybe that's the allure of it for guys that like to hit. Or is it just a random stat that doesn't mean anything? I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you know guys, and I certainly have, that swore they were better in the daytime. I don't know if the numbers proved them out, but if you feel like you are, you're going to.
That's all that matters.
That's
all that matters.
We were talking to Mac the other day about it, and Mac is of the opinion he hated hitting in the daytime. He said there's too much glare. So there's a guy that wouldn't fare very well, probably. Pitch inside to Adrian, 2 balls and a strike. Of course, I guess if you got traded to the Chicago Cubs, you better learn how to play in the daytime.
Better start liking playing in the day.
Beltre, Tapper back to the mound, his first time up. Trying to pick up Fielder at second. 2-2 now. Fielder, by the way, went to second on a wild pitch. That ball in the dirt, even though it was kind of a short hop that Navarro would probably tell you most of the time he's going to handle. Prince got himself down to second on the wild pitch. Count of 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Beltre. Boyd back to the plate. Got him swinging. Couple of strikeouts in the inning, 4 in the game. The Rangers get a hit, but strand a runner. After 2.5, Rangers 1, Blue Jays nothing. shortstop improving feature will focus this afternoon on Yovani Gallardo. In June, 1-0 with an 0.72 ERA, a 193 opponent's batting average. Prior to that, 5-6 with a 3.88 and a 2.54 opponent's batting average. He has improved every single month. April was just Giovanni trying to get his feet on the ground in the American League. May got better, and June has been outstanding. And if the ball club had been able to score any runs for him, he might have racked up 2 or 3 more wins.
Yeah, he's had 2 or fewer runs to work with 9 times.
Miller to center field, and there's the first opportunity today for Joey Gallo, and he handled that flawlessly. Oh, 1 out, and Devin Travis will come up.
Giovanni's scoreless string has his ERA down below 3 now. Top 10 in the league.
One gone. Devin Travis, a 270 hitter. 7 home runs, 26 driven in. Travis spending 36 games on the disabled list. He had a bad left shoulder. Hit by a ball and bruised it. Just gave him all kinds of fits trying to rehab it. Takes a strike on the outer edge, and it's 0-2. Travis brings in a 5-game hitting streak to play here this afternoon. The 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging.
Had to swing at that one after the one he took right before it. Johnny locating his fastball very nicely.
Gallardo with his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Threw that exactly where he wanted to. Yep. Got the result he was hoping for.
Gallardo now has retired 6 straight. He'll go back to the top of the Blue Jays order. And Jose Reyes flied to shallow left field his first time. Switch hitting shortstop, pops the first pitch up. Beltre through the coaching box and makes the basket catch. That will do it. 1-2-3 inning again for Yovani Gallardo. Now 18 straight scoreless innings. After 3 innings, 1-0 Rangers. A Q&A session with Rangers wives, a back-to-school fashion show, a ticket to the game against the Astros, and a whole lot more. Visit TexasRangers.com/fashion to learn more and to get your tickets. Now Matt Boyd to work here in the 4th inning. He's facing Mitch Moreland, Elvis Andrus, Joey Gallo to follow. Rangers on top 1-0. Moreland, a ground ball to second, his first time against Boyd. And that breaking ball just off the outside corner, 2-0. Mitch hitting at .305. He is second on the team with 9 home runs and 35 runs driven in. Both those power figures, second only to Prince Fielder. 3 balls, no strikes. Well, Mitch trying to start things by getting aboard here. Elvis Andrus will follow. That last pitch could have been a strike. Marcus Patillo said nope. 3-0 pitch is a strike. Doesn't look like much difference to me, but one is, one isn't. Now the 3-1 on the way. Belted to right field. Going back is Bautista. He is watching this one. Goodbye. Second deck from Mitch Moreland on a 3-1 pitch. The Rangers lead it 2-0.
That's kind of the same thing we were talking about when Joey Gallo was hitting. You get ahead in the count, you look for a fastball, and you can't be late on it. Well, Mitch got into a fastball count. Boyd had made a lot of pitches around the strike zone, nothing in the strike zone. That one was a fastball in the strike zone, and Mitch cashed in with a long home run to right center field. He doesn't have to, with Boyd, doesn't he have to look to see where that one ended up?
Now Elvis, first ball swinging, pops one up into shallow left center. Billard fakes the grab for the first out.
Middle of the strike zone. Mitch with a modest bat flip knows that one's gone, just a matter of how far.
That is pretty much a monster. Well, Moreland with his 10th home run of the year. And now Joey Gallo waves at that breaking ball. It's 0-1. Joey, a base hit, his first time up. Grounded a hard single to right field. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Gallo now has extended his hitting streak to 5 games. He's had 1 hit in each of the 5. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But Joey with that hit, first time up, now a .234 with the average. Boyd back to him. Slow breaking ball, got the outside corner. And Boyd got the call. And that's 2 outs.
That's a tough strike right there. Looked high, came down and caught the top of the strike zone, barely on the outside corner.
Rougned Odor, a sacrifice fly, his first time. Grounds one sharply right at Encarnacion. That'll do it for the Rangers, but Mitch Moreland leads off the inning with his 10th home run of the year, a monster shot into the second deck in right center field. A run on a hit after 3.5. Rangers 2, Blue Jays nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Mazda 6. J.D. Power has awarded the Mazda 6 highest ranked vehicle appeal among midsize cars. Now outside, rain coming down heavily at times. Inside, not so much. And Donaldson, first ball swinging, will be thrown out by Odor. One pitch, one away here in the fourth. Now the folks prepared just in case the roof were to get stuck open. It's happened before. They've had rain delays here.
Maybe it is raining out there.
Could be.
Donaldson's 0 for 2. He's hit a couple of ropes, one right at Mitch and one right at the second baseman, Odor. Going the other way a couple of times with smashes that have both been turned into outs.
Jose Bautista, who walked his first time, takes ball one. Yovani Gallardo, now having retired 8 straight hitters, facing Bautista. He is the last Blue Jay hitter to have reached base. That was a first inning walk. Yovani said, yep, that's what we're going to do. Now the 1-1 pitch. Boy, command of the fastball the last several times out for Gallardo can't be any better. And not that he's blowing it by people, but he's spotting it up extremely well, both parts of the plate, inside, outside. That one spotted on the outside. And mixing them up so well that you see very few hitters that look real comfortable about knowing what they're going to get from Yovani.
Yeah, they're getting most of them away, but they're getting enough of them inside to where they really can't lean one way or the other. Keeping against this team, it's very important to keep it out of the middle of the plate.
Beltre, that's a waist-high hop. That's out number 2. Well, folks, it's Safety Saturday. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation. Oh, 2 ground balls and 2 outs for Gallardo. Now Edwin Encarnacion will come up. Encarnacion grounded into a fielder's choice. Took a great play by Elvis Andrus back in the first inning. Get the force at second. Encarnacion, a .244 hitter, as Gallardo misses off the outside corner with a cutter.
There have been 4 well-hit balls to the infield. Donaldson's hit 2 of them. The one you mentioned, Encarnacion hit, was probably the hardest hit of the 3. And Colabello hit a hard ground ball to second base, too.
But I guess that kind of goes back to Yovani Gallardo and the change that he's made over the last several years. You got to look at the defense behind him. That's a busy infield by design. He used to be a fly ball strikeout kind of pitcher when he was with Milwaukee early in his career. And he's changed it, more 2-seam fastballs, really focusing on keeping the ball down, moving it around. More than 50% ground balls for the new and improved Yovani Gallardo. Encarnacion didn't want to do it, but got the cutter away from him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That appeal down to Ted Barrett, the first base umpire. Gallardo to the wind, the 2-2 pitch. Base hit to left field. Encarnacion got one out away from him. Didn't get the best part of the bat on it. Good enough to line it over Elvis' head. Well, that's the first hit of the afternoon given up by Yovani Gallardo. A 2-out single here in the fourth.
And it wasn't because of bad location. That's where he was trying to throw it. Nipped the outside corner. And Encarnacion hit it off the end of the bat and got it over shortstop.
No, just the second base runner today. The first base hit for Toronto, and Deoner Navarro will come up. Navarro hit a ground ball to shallow right field, but that's where Odor was stationed and is stationed with the left-handed hitting Navarro.
Oh, there's the line drive off the catcher. Boy, definitely going to have one of those before we get halfway through the game.
Just amazed it took 4 innings to get that done.
Yeah. Maybe it did. Maybe we just didn't notice it.
Could be. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, we always mention that Robinson Chirinos gets more foul tips to the mask than any catcher in recent memory. Oh, and 2, the count to Navarro. Who's that last one? The home plate umpire, Marcus Patillo, leaning in to make sure that Robinson was okay. A ball and 2 strikes. Navarro much better against right-handed pitching than he is against left-handed pitching. About a 100-point difference, 281 versus right-handers, 182 against left-handers. Gallardo back to him, got him swinging. Backdoor cutter. And Giovanni, another scoreless frame. A hit and a runner stranded after 4. 2-0 Rangers.
That means about 50 fans pay a large sum of money, but it's worth it to come here with the team, and they have a meet and greet with a player. And in this venue, they get a room that overlooks the stadium. Here we are with Ronnie Beam, who's been on 6 destination trips. We're in his hotel room. We're in right center field. What a great view, Ron.
It's fantastic. You can't beat it anywhere.
And you, this isn't your only destination trip. How many have you made?
This is my 6th one.
6 destination trips.
Yes.
And you've made one already this year, right?
Correct. A week and a half ago I was in L.A. for the
Dodgers. A week and a half ago in L.A. How did you like that trip?
Oh, that was great. Just the Dodger Stadium and all the tradition that's there was neat.
And you're taking credit for the Mitch Moreland home run because he was with you guys this morning at a meet and greet.
Of course. Got to meet him, picture taken, autograph. It was nice.
Yeah, and if you've done 6 of these, I guess you like these destination trips, hey, Ronnie?
Definitely. Definitely.
Well, that's good stuff. This is a great view, guys. This is a great Rangers fan, and there's a whole bunch more of them over in section 118. I may just sit up here and watch it from here, though. It's pretty comfortable up here in Roddy's room, guys. We'll get it back to you.
All right, John. Moreland's home run didn't come very far from you. As a matter of fact, it was kind of headed your way. Right up in the corner up there in deepest right center field. Robinson Chirinos leading off for the Rangers here in the 5th. And fly ball foul to the right. And earlier today, we got a little clip for you about the meet and greet that folks on the Rangers destination tour buffet, and Mitch Moreland greeting all of them here at the ballpark, signing some autographs, and sitting down for a little Q&A. Chirinos, a drive to left field. Going back is Colabello. Goodbye. Chirinos goes into the Blue Jays bullpen. It is 3-0 Rangers.
Well, Robinson hit the ball hard his first time up. He hit a ball to the warning track in right field on a line. Bautista went back and caught it. Last night he hit a long ball, just barely foul. Hit a couple of them, as a matter of fact. And he finally gets one up in the air, keeps it fair for a home run.
7th home run of the year for Robinson Chirinos, 26 RBI. Rangers with their 2nd home run today. And that is now 76 for the year. Shin-Soo Choo hits it hard on the ground, but at the second baseman Travis. One gone.
Curveball that hung up there in the strike zone for him. Each one is a pitcher, I guess. You hope you got away with it. Then you hear it, and then you watch it, and you say, no, I hung it, and he hit it.
Oh, a 3-0 Ranger lead. And here's Ryan Rua taking strike one. Chirinos RBI, the 39th accumulated between he and Carlos Corcoran this year. That is good for 4th in the American League for catchers. The Rangers, we talked about this before, Tom. Rangers with that duo back there offensively, keeping up with everybody else. They are doing some damage.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Rua. Ryan has struck out both times, and he faced Matt Boyd today. Once looking, once swinging. Average at 186 currently. Boyd back to the plate. Call, strike 3. Rua thought that was low and inside, but Boyd gets Rua for the 3rd time today, and that's strikeout number 6.
That was a borderline pitch. Hitter to say it was a little bit inside. Umpire said close enough.
Well, that's the second out. Now Prince Fielder. Fielder 2 for 2, a pair of well hit singles. One to left, one to center. Prince now a 6-game hitting streak, and he hits one deep to left center field. This one hanging up, however, for Colabello. He makes the catch. That looked a lot better coming off the bat than it ended up. But that's not true of Robinson Chirinos' home run. It looked good all the way out to the bullpen. After 4.5, 3-0 Rangers. Afternoon, looking at Adam Rosales. He's the subject of our Kubota Power Stats. How about Adam last night working an inning? First time he has pitched since his senior year at Western Michigan. He's now played every position in the major leagues except catcher, right field, and center field.
Well, it was pretty impressive what he did last night. Threw a lot of strikes. Last pitch he threw was 90 miles an hour. He mixed in a changeup. Said he has a breaking ball. Didn't want to break it out last night. Saving it for down the road a little bit.
Yeah. Next time he faces the Blue Jays.
If you're a hitter and you have to face a position player, I probably would choose Adam because he comes straight over the top. The ball is very straight and true. And if he's not going to throw a breaking ball, then you have a pretty good chance to do what Danny Valencia did.
Moved in Odor, a nice play to get Russell Martin. One gone, Chris Colabello coming up. We'll go back and look at Adam Rosales last night.
Donaldson was mad. He didn't even run to first base. That was a pretty good pitch to hit. Encarnacion popped it up to the warning track. There's a ground ball out. In between, he did give up a home run. Danny Valencia jumped on the first pitch he saw. Hit it out to left field. Kind of interesting what the guys on the bench said. They were watching Danny Valencia in batting practice, and he was hitting almost every pitch out of the ballpark. Came up 2.5 hours into the game, saw one fastball from Adam and hit that ball out of the ballpark. Probably looked just like batting practice.
Yeah,
to him.
probably did. But Chris Colabello, the hitter, he had a ground ball to second base his first time up. Giovanni Gallardo has held the Blue Jays to just one hit over the first 4 1/3 here today. And he's going to get another out as Elvis comes up with it. That is out number 2. Kevin Pillar will be the next hitter. And before we see him, let's send it back to Aaron Hardigan for a Mazda game break. All right, Aaron, thank you. Well, 2 away here in the 5th inning. Center fielder Kevin Pillar. Fly a ball to center. It was his first time. 0-1. 271 average. And Gallardo back to the plate.
He's just not throwing anything near the middle of the plate.
He is not.
It's frustrating for a hitter. A lot of them, the borderline pitches on the corners, he's getting the calls. They're strikes. Getting the calls is forcing the hitters to swing at those pitches, and they're not easy to hit.
0-2, and that is wide. And Giovanni today with the combination cutter and two-seam fastball, they move in opposite directions, but they have to look identical to a hitter. And he's working to the outside against right-handers, making the ball move both ways, and puts a hitter in a bad spot. There's the cutter.
Yep.
And he gets a strikeout. So it's a 9-pitch inning for Giovanni Gallardo. Another 1-2-3 frame, and we have finished 5 innings here in Rogers Center. It's the Rangers 3 and the Blue Jays 0. is $1,700 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during the inning, Mike Archip of Arlington will win $1,700. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Mike's going to win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, Adrian Beltre to start things off here in the sixth inning against Matt Boyd. Adrian today has grounded out and struck out. 24-year-old left-hander, Matt Boyd back to him. 2 balls and no strikes as the changeup is low. It'll be Beltre, Moreland, and Andrews. First 3 scheduled hitters for the Rangers. Adrian shoots one to right. That's a base hit. Ball gets away from Batista momentarily, but Adrian going to be content with reaching first on the single and staying right there. Now Mitch Moreland coming up, and how about our AT&T U-verse rewind? We'll take you back to the 4th inning. A 3-1 pitch to Mitch Moreland, and he almost left the country with it. Was headed toward the border and came up a couple of rows short.
Now Boyd's made a couple of mistakes that have hurt him. The high fastball on the 3-1 pitch to Mitch, and he hung a curveball that Chirinos hit out of the ballpark. Overall, he's handled himself pretty well in his first big league start. Mentioned that he has excellent control. Very few walks in the minor leagues, and he hasn't walked anybody today, going on with 6 strikeouts.
Moreland off the end of the bat, back to Boyd, who throws it into center field. And Beltre is now out at second, as backed up very heavily by Devin Travis. He was able to get the force on Beltre.
Just when Adrian expected a good throw to second base and made the assumption that he was going to be out. And then Travis backed up the play. They were able to get it out. Nice pickup. Not much of a throw. Quite a play by Travis to get that out at second base. Adrian figures it's going to be a double play. He's stopping to get out of the way of the throw back to first base. And the throw never connected with the fielder.
It's hard to anticipate that 1-4-6 put out at second.
Yeah, number one, you think it's a routine double play, so you're getting out of the way. Play in the outfield. Number two, if it is thrown into center field, you assume you're going to trot into second base anyway. You don't expect the second baseman to be there backing it up, but he was. A nice play.
It was a very nice play. No, out number 2 as Elvis lines out to right center. Joey Gallo now will come up. Gallo 1 out of 2 with a single and a strikeout. Joey a .231 average as he faces Matt Boyd for the 3rd time. And he pops up that first pitch foul. That will be back into the seats. Joey now in his last 12 ball games, 6 out of 38. 21 strikeouts. He was 38 trips to the plate. As we mentioned, Joey's talking about the adjustments he's trying to make, and they are plentiful for a young hitter. And a lot of them difficult because he doesn't have the experience against major league pitching. As you get older, I would think the adjustments become, if not automatic, certainly pretty close to it. Look for patterns against you and how a pitcher might change his pattern. And the more you know about him, the more you understand those patterns. 2 balls and a strike. Boyd a long look at first, down to the plate, and a slow topper down to first. Encarnacion steps in the bag. That'll do it. The Rangers get a leadoff single, but Strander runner. We finished 5.5 in Toronto. It's the Rangers 3 and the Blue Jays nothing. It's your last chance to see the Rangers before the All-Star break, so don't wait to get your tickets. Just visit TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS, but do it today. Now we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. A couple of changes defensively behind Giovanni Gallardo. We'll catch you up with those momentarily. Devin Travis leading off, takes ball 1. Travis, a strikeout. First time that he faced Giovanni this afternoon. Gallardo with 3 punch-outs. Up the ladder goes Odor to snare that line drive. 1 out.
Well, one thing that has really helped Giovanni today, well, one thing's made him really good today, and that's locating his fastball and the job that he's done. And when they have hit the ball on the nose, it's been right at somebody. So it's a good combination. Great location, good stuff by Giovanni, and the inability to find a hole by the Blue Jays. Result is only 1 hit. Encarnacion has the only hit for the Blue Jays.
And you saw the defensive changes. Leonis Martin in the ball game now in center. Joey Gallo moving from center over to left. So Martin will hit in Ryan Narua's spot in the lineup. Jose Reyes has flied to left and popped out to third base. 0 for 2 today. And Gallardo just allowing the 1 hit. That was an Encarnacion single in the 4th inning. Reyes a .271 average with 3 home runs and 24 driven in. Pulls this one. Moreland knocks it down and picks it up. Scrambles to the bag for the out. What a play by Mitch Moreland.
Another example. Hard hit ball. Looked like it might have a chance to be a double down the right field line. But Mitch with a nice play. Lunging play. Just knock it down. He catches it right in the middle of his glove, trots over and touches first base. Well, Mitch has always been a solid first baseman, and he's had a very solid defensive year so far, picking balls from the infielders and making all the plays. Really helping Giovanni today.
2 outs. Here's Josh Donaldson, who has hit the ball pretty much on the nose both times up. He has nothing to show for it. Grounded sharply to Mitch. And last time up, grounded out to Rougned Odor at second.
Yeah, I guess the good thing today, Buzz, is what you were talking about with his 2-seam fastball. He's getting more ground balls. And so instead of all the hard hit balls being in the air, they've been on the ground. And at least you have a chance to make a play on a ground ball. Some of those long fly balls that go over the fence, only people making plays on those are the fans. Saw that last night. Keeping it in the ballpark, and the defense is making the plays.
Yeah, 17 outs. Most of them, more than half of them, been on the ground. 9 of them. Also had 3 strikeouts. 0-2 the count to Josh Donaldson. Again, not missing by much. Gallardo, you kind of wanted that, but 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3 strikeouts, 9 groundouts, 5 flyouts today for Giovanni. Now 2-2.
He came into the game with a 15-inning scoreless streak. That's up to almost 21 innings now. On his way to having one of his best starts, especially when you combine the results and who he's pitching against.
Gallardo to the wide, the 2-2. Full count. Well, Donaldson with 2 out, trying to extend this 6th inning by getting aboard. Jose Bautista will follow in the order. Gallardo has walked 1. That was Bautista back in the 1st. Delivering the payoff pitch here. Call strike 3. Painted in the outside corner. Gallardo got the call, and that's his 4th strikeout. He now has retired 7 straight. And we'll go to the 7th inning here north of the border in Toronto, with the Rangers leading the Blue Jays 3-0. Mitch Moreland with his 10th home run of the year, a deep blast to right center. And an inning later, it was Robinson Chirinos going to left for the round tripper. Rangers put 3 on the board. Yovani Gallardo has made him stand up. 6 innings of one-hit shutout baseball for the 29-year-old right-hander. He is adding to that scoreless streak that now stands at 15. Or came in at 15, down the right field line, and goodbye for Rougned Odor. Just sneaking it in inside the foul pole. Rougned Odor with a leadoff home run, and the Rangers lead it 4-0.
Well, a good game for Rougned. He had a nice at bat the first time up, got behind 0-2, but got the breaking ball in the air for a sac fly. This time looked like he got a fastball inside part of the plate and drove it right down the right field line for a home run. 3 home runs for the Rangers, all solo shots.
Odor with his 3rd home run of the year. And here's Robinson Chirinos, who homered his last time up. Odor pretty quick in there.
Yeah, he was. Might not even have been. Well, it was a strike right on the inside part of the plate. .333 feet right down the right field line.
And Chirinos gives it a ride to center field. Miller going back and into the alley makes the catch, probably shy of the warning track. That is out number 1. Now back to the top of the Ranger order. Shin-Soo Choo. Choo 0 for 3 today. He has grounded out twice and struck out. Choo again back in that leadoff spot. Now has 9 of his last 10 starts in that number 1 position in the order. 0-1. Choo in his last 19 ball games now hitting under 180. Remember the very hot May that he had the first week or so of June, but that has calmed down quite a bit. It's gone the other way for him. 1-1 pitch from Boyd. Now 1-2. The Rangers 4 runs on 8 hits this afternoon, 3 solo home runs, and a sacrifice fly have accounted for the 4 runs. Meanwhile, Yovani Gallardo spinning a masterpiece against the Toronto Blue Jays. And Choo down on strikes. 7th strikeout for Boyd. Well, our T-Mobile game changer. How about the last 15 ball games for Miguel Cabrera? 3 doubles and RBI last night in the 3 for 4 night. 481 with 3 home runs and 15 runs driven in 15 games. That qualifies as hot.
He's always hot.
Yeah.
He's hot for his career.
Mother Nature stopped him today, though. They put a rain out on him. He might have gotten a hit in that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Leonis Martin. His first at bat of the afternoon. Martin at .223 with 5 home runs, 23 driven in. Leonis battling an 0 for 15 streak. 1-1 pitch from Matt Boyd. 2-1. Martin's batting average the lowest it's been since the end of May. Up the middle, Reyes gets it, and that's going to break the 0 for streak. Infield single for Leonis Martin right off the end of the bat, but he'll take it. You go 0 for 15, you'll take anything, won't you?
Yeah, get a chance to get into the ball game and get a base hit. Feel like the weight of the world's been lifted off your shoulders. Got jammed, but there's no way they were going to make a play on him with his speed.
Well, the 2-out infield single, and John Gibbons making a slow walk out to the mound. Looks like he's got the hook with him. He wants to go to the bullpen. So in his major league debut, Matt Boyd goes 6 2/3 innings. Pretty good work against the Rangers. 3 solo home runs were his undoing. Pitching change underway here at Rogers Center. We'll come back right after this short timeout. On Germany with a trip to the final on the line. Coverage begins Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central only on your local Fox station and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Well, Matt Boyd, some good and some bad in his major league debut. Mostly good, I would think, for the 24-year-old left-hander. Departs, however, trailing 4-0, gives way to the 30-year-old Todd Redmond, who gets a ground ball hit right at the second baseman Travis. And that'll do it as Leonys Martin forced at second. For the Rangers, a run on the leadoff Rougned Odor home run. We'll take the stretch in Toronto, 4-0 Rangers. Tomorrow, an afternoon ball game against the Blue Jays, and it's on to Baltimore for 4 games ending the month of June. Monday through Thursday in Baltimore, and then back home. Last homestand before the All-Star break. The Angels, the Diamondbacks, and the Padres will visit Globe Life Park. Yovani Gallardo to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gallardo has allowed just 1 hit through the first 6. Only given up 2 base runners. One was on a walk to the man at the plate back in the 1st inning, Jose Bautista. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bautista, along with a walk, is grounded to 3rd. Gallardo now 21 consecutive scoreless innings.
Hasn't thrown a lot of curveballs and changeups, but he's thrown a curveball and a changeup in this at bat to Bautista. He's had a really good fastball, a really good cutter, excellent command of both of them so far today. 83 pitches, good pitch count for him.
The 1-2 pitch. That will even things up. Yovani Gallardo trying to get above the 500 mark as far as his record is concerned. He's 6-6. That ERA continuing to plummet, though. It started at 2.98 today, and it is going down there at a pretty good clip. Gallardo now in his last 3 starts, he has given up a total of 10 hits, and that covers a span of 18 innings. The 2-2, line to left, Gallo right at him. And Joey makes the grab for out number 1.
Last night the Blue Jays hit a lot of balls hard, and when they didn't, they still found some holes today. They can't find a hole.
That's the first one you were talking about. That's the first one that's been in the air that's been hit hard.
Right. Most of them have been on the ground. And there's one, a line drive, but Joey's right there, ready to make the play on it.
A loud out number 1. And Edwin Encarnacion, who has the only hit of the afternoon against Gallardo. That was a 2-out single in the 4th inning. Encarnacion a 247 average. Blue Jays came into play 3rd in the American League with a 269 team average. Ouch.
That might be the softest line drive that got all the way back to the pitcher that we've seen this year, maybe for a lot longer than that. It's like it was knocked back to him by the umpire.
Goodness. So Encarnacion is gone. Before we go to Navarro, let's send it back to Aaron Hardigan for a Mazda game break. All right, Aaron, thank you. Deoner Navarro has grounded out and struck out. He takes strike 1.
This looks like he's getting a new ball from the umpire. The umpire lobs one back to him. Thought it bad. I guess you could get jammed worse, and it only went halfway to the pitcher.
And Navarro skies one to shallow left. Gallo coming on, making the call on the catch. And that'll do it. And 10 straight now sent down by Yovani Gallardo. He is on a roll, and so are the Rangers. They lead 4-0. Rangers.com/wine to purchase. Rangers come to bat here in the 8th inning. Todd Redmond back to the hill after throwing one pitch and getting the final out of the 7th inning. Came on a relief of Matt Boyd. Adrian Beltre, 1 for 3, will be the first to face him. I just hold my breath every time Adrian swings. It doesn't make solid contact.
Yeah, he's not letting up. He's
no.
Trying to take his normal swing to the best of his ability.
And puffing out his cheeks. I think that's a little pain management. Beltre's single sharply struck to right field last time up. Nothing in 2. Redmond, a 30-year-old out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Redmond, originally the Braves organization, came up with the Cincinnati Reds back in 2012. Came over to Toronto for the 2013 and 14 seasons. And Beltre pokes one up the middle. That's into center for a base hit.
His hand is bothering him, but somehow he's managed to go 2 for 4. Got the bat on the ball, found a hole. Probably throbbing right now.
Yeah. He's kind of wiggling his fingers to get a little circulation going in there. Well, for the Rangers now, double figures in hits. They are up to 10. Beltre and Fielder have 2 of them, and Mitch Moreland has 1 as he steps to the plate. That one, he cut it up into pieces, and he have 5 or 6. That ball, a good 440 feet into right center field. His 10th home run of the year. That was back in the 4th inning. Redmond, a belt high set. Nothing in 2. Mitch now 36 runs driven in. Again, that batting average hovering in the low 300s, 307 as he bats here in the 8th inning. One ball and 2 strikes. Blue Jays claimed Redmond off of waivers right at the end of spring training 2013. Baltimore had claimed him off waivers at the start of that spring training. Call, strike 3. Little delayed call by Marcus Patillo, the home plate umpire, and Mitch questioning the size of the strike zone, but he's gone for the first out.
Might have been an inch or 2 outside. At least from that view, it looked like it. Good movement on that pitch. Looked like a slider. See, it ended up maybe a little outside. I think when the umpire sees a 91-mile-an-hour pitch with that kind of movement, looks like a strike, and right at the end it might tail out of the strike zone. Not easy to determine within inches whether a ball coming that fast with that kind of movement is a ball or a strike. And what the pitch tracker does most of the time, it confirms how good the umpires are.
Elvis up there 1 for 3 today, and he has a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrus pushed a bunt for a base hit his first time up. That was back in the 2nd. Came around to score the first run of the game for the Rangers. Odor drove him home with a sacrifice fly. Beltre at first, 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think you could probably say this about Marcus Patillo, the home plate umpire. If you had to ask as a group who was happier today, the hitters or the pitchers, I think you might find that the pitchers were a little happier than the hitters, which is fine. You know, he's called a somewhat liberal strike zone, but fairly consistent strike zone to go along with it.
Yeah, it's not like every other strike was kind of guesswork. You haven't seen a lot of complaining, let's put it that way. You know, a few guys question pitches, especially a third strike, no question, but hitters do that. So do pitchers. Hard hit, line drive, right at Reyes.
I dare you to throw it. Reyes not taking the bait.
No. Elvis, another rocket. I can get back anytime I want to. Go ahead, throw it.
Well, that's when you hope he doesn't throw a rope over the first base and just nip you getting back. That would be one you'd never live down.
Now 2 away, and Joey Gallo up for his 4th at bat.
I would also say that I couldn't come up with another player in the American League who would do that after an infielder caught a line drive. And you know, some people might get upset with a base runner doing that. I don't know, but no one's going to get mad at Beltran.
Yeah, I
just
can't
having
think.
Fun. Go ahead and throw it.
Can't, yeah.
You think you can get me?
I can't think of any other player that would do that either. One ball, one strike to Joey Gallo. That is out of play, and it's 1-2.
And the infielder doesn't want to fire it all the way across there if he doesn't have much of a chance to get him out, just to find out. In case he throws it past the first baseman, then Beltran gets the last line.
Yeah.
So I think Reyes did the right thing. Just hang on to it.
Airmail it about 10 rows back.
Then you have to sit there and listen to Beltran when he gets to second base after the bad throw.
2-2 now to Gallo. Joey a single back in the 2nd inning. He hit a hot shot right through the shift, and the shift is on again for him here with Beltran at first and 2 outs.
They say it's a game, and Adrian treats it like it is a game.
Got him swinging. Well, a couple of strikeouts in the inning for Redmond. Lead-off single, but Rangers strand Adrian Beltran. On to the bottom of the 8th, 4-0 Texas.
Set with the Blue Jays. The Rangers only hope they can get the kind of pitching performance tomorrow that they got today, or have gotten so far today, out of Yvonne. Chichi Gonzalez out on the hill tomorrow as he takes on Drew Hutchinson, who's had good numbers so far this year. It's all tomorrow, and it's at the same time, same station, noon tomorrow. Rangers live at 11:30. AT&T Uverse reminds us that tomorrow is game 3 of this set. And now back to you guys, Buzz and Tom.
All right, John, thank you. Now, Yovani Gallardo dealing with a shutout through the first 7 on just 1 hit. And he has Russell Martin leading off here in the bottom of the 8th. Colabello and Pilar will follow. Gallardo has retired the last 10. And the pitch high and away. Martin 0 for 2, a pop out and a ground out, but he has a 3-0 advantage in the count. Martin a 271 average. Gallardo back to him. 3 balls and 1 strike. Gallardo to the wind and the 3-1. 3-2. Giovanni able to come back with that 4-run lead, trying not to walk the leadoff man. That usually spells problems if you do when you have the lead late. Giovanni making sure he's throwing some strikes. Chris Colabello waits in the on-deck circle. Now the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Now he got the count full, but loses Russell Martin on the 3-2 pitch. Second walk of the game. Chris Colabello coming up has grounded out twice, and Mike Maddox making a call down to the Ranger bullpen. Gallardo with 96 pitches under his belt this afternoon. And he hasn't really had a stressful inning, pitch count wise. You can see 20 in the first inning and 19 in the second. That was it. He's had a couple of single digit pitch innings, the 3rd and the 5th. Dealing to Colabello. And a double play grounded Elvis. Odor turns it over. That'll keep the pitch count down.
That was quick.
Rangers turn their first double play of the afternoon, their 70th this year. And 2 gone, bases empty now for Kevin Pillar.
A solidly hit ground ball, but right at Elvis. Rangers making all the plays behind Giovanni, and continues to pound that strike zone.
And another ground ball for him.
Yep.
Gallardo 0 for 2, a fly ball to center and a strikeout. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Giovanni had worked him away last time, especially when he got the strikeout. Cutters and fastballs away, and Gallardo was looking out there again.
He was leaning out there.
Giovanni said, no, we're not going to go out there right now. Now we will. And he gets a base hit to center. Just the second hit of the afternoon given up by Gallardo. One on, 2 out for Devin Travis. Tanner Shepard up and loosening in that Ranger bullpen.
Got the called strike in, went away, and Pillar did a nice job of hitting the ball for a base hit. Giovanni's had 6 straight starts where he's pitched at least 5 innings, 5 hits or less, 2 runs or less. Great chance to add to that streak today. One of his better starts, especially when you consider it's against the best hitting team in baseball.
And a chop of the Beltray Fields in fair territory on to Moreland, and that'll do it. A nice job by Yovani Gallardo, a walk and a base hit, 1 man left. We're going to the 9th in Toronto. Rangers 4, Blue Jays nothing. notched. He is on quite a roll, and we'll see if he comes back out for the 9th inning. But right now, the Rangers batting in the top of the 9th inning against Todd Redmond. Rougned Odor takes strike one. Odor is 1 for 2 today, and that one a solo home run leading off the 7th inning. Now 3 home runs, 18 RBI for the Rangers second baseman, hitting at 197. Check swing, he did not go around. At the call by Angel Hernandez down at third.
It took all of his effort to keep from going for a strike, though. He used his whole body to stop his swing.
Well, 1-1, and 37,000 umpires here in Toronto all disagreed with that in unison. Now it's 1-2. Rangers 4 runs on 10 hits this afternoon. Matt Boyd making his major league debut, worked the first 6 2/3. Todd Redmond came on in that 7th inning, and he has allowed just 1 base hit, retiring 4 of the 5 men that he has faced. Rangers trying to snap that 6-game losing streak. Make that a thing of the past. Base hit for Odor. He has the second knock of the afternoon. A leadoff single here in the 9th inning. Robinson Chirinos coming up. Well, folks, the next Dollar Hot Dog Night is Wednesday, July 8th, when the Rangers take on the Diamondbacks. It's an interleague matchup at Globe Life Park, so head on out for some summer fun and enjoy ballpark hot dogs for just $1 each. Visit TexasRangers.com for tickets, or you can call 972-RANGERS. Now 1 on, nobody out. Robinson Chirinos, a home run in 3 trips. Chirinos now 7 home runs for the year. And Redmond's first pitch nibbles on the outside corner for strike 1. Robinson a .212 average. Done a lot of damage offensively of late. He has been swinging the bat well. It's foul tipped out of Deanna Navarro's glove, and he got a chunk of his thumb, it looked like. One of those ones that hits a catcher right on the inside of that glove, right in the thumb, and bends it back. 0-2 the count to Robinson. Odor a modest lead at first. Redmond checks him. Now time called. Chirinos, 14 of his last 25 hits have gone for extra bases. He's had 5 home runs, 8 doubles, and a triple. Keone Kellett loosening in the Ranger bullpen. With a 4-run lead, the setup man getting loose. There goes Odor, and the pitch is fouled away to the right. Still 1-2 as Rougned retraces his steps. Todd Redmond, a burly right-hander at 6'3", just a little bit over 200 pounds. He is ready in a check of first. This one popped up. Navarro coming back right at the screen, but he runs out of room. Right at the corner of the Ranger dugout. That young lady has a souvenir. She is very proud of that. a sheepish grin, and I think she's trying to
Can't tell who she's with, the people in front of her, the people behind her.
she was trying to decide whether to throw it back or not. Odor started the inning by singling to center field. He is at first. Rangers now 11 base hits this afternoon to go along with the 4 runs. And that is going to slice out of play down the right side. But Chirinos making Redmond work here in the 9th inning. Redmond peering in for the sign. Has one, and he checks Odor again. Got him swinging. Went upstairs, and Chirinos couldn't get on top of it. 3rd strikeout for Redmond. 1 gone. Back to the top of the order for Shin-Soo Choo. Okay, up out of the strike zone. And that's going to be the last pitch that Todd Redmond throws this afternoon as John Gibbons headed out to the mound, and the left-hander Aaron Loop loosening earlier. And with a couple of left-handers coming up, he wants the southpaw to make his way on in from the bullpen. So we'll take a timeout. Rangers leading 4-0. We're back right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Louisianan. He's out of Tulane University, and he is on to face the left-handed hitters. He's got Odor going on first move, and the pitch, the throw gets away. It looks like it skipped off Odor's helmet, and Jose Reyes couldn't make the play, so Odor motors on around to third.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it hit Odor. It definitely distracted Reyes, though. Odor was in his way. See if we can see. Odor takes off, keeps on going. Not sure well, we ought to be able to tell now. No, I think he was just blocked out. Went right over his shoulder.
Well, that's going to be a stolen base and an error, I would imagine. See how they scored it. And Shin-Soo Choo taking strike one. The error charged to Edwin Encarnacion to allow Odor to get from second to third. And Choo gets fisted by a Loop, fights it off foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
I think Reyes just completely lost that ball right at the end. Had all of Rubned's body right in his way.
Chu has struck out twice, grounded out twice. 0-2 from Luke. Boy, right over Odor's shoulder.
Yeah, that almost hit him in the shoulder.
No, Rugnet on the stolen base and error at third now. Rangers trying to add on to their 4-0 lead. And Chu calls strike 3. Luke caught him looking. Chu with his third strikeout of the afternoon. That's out number 2. It'll bring up Leonis Martin.
Right on the outside corner. Luke comes from way toward first base. Crossfire from one side all the way to the other side of the plate. Caught him looking.
2 gone. Now the infield back at normal depth. And Leonis Martin, who came in defensively in the 6th inning. His first at bat in the 7th, had a base hit. 0 for 2 in his career against Aaron Loup. And that shot foul by Martin. 0-2. That base hit for Leonis last time up snapped an 0 for 15 that he was in. Rangers this year 242 with runners in scoring position. 0 for 3 today. Got him swinging. Well, Luke comes in, gets the 2 left-handers on strikes. And the Rangers strand a runner. Base hit and an error. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. They got the closer up. The Rangers leading 4-0. Now at Southwest.com. By AT&T UVerse TV. UVerse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your Texas Ford dealer now for great deals on America's best-selling brand. Ford is the best in Texas. Giovanni Gallardo starts off the bottom of the 9th inning, throwing strike 1 to Jose Reyes. Gallardo just at 102 pitches now as he misses outside. Giovanni seeking his first complete game. And it's back in 2011. That was against the Atlanta Braves. That was also his complete game shutout. Last time he was able to twirl that. Line drive to right. Chu back. He has room. 1 gone.
Got it in just enough. The cutting action of the fastball brought it in off the fist, and instead of a ball that maybe goes over the outfielder's head, it was an easy catch for Chu. Well located pitch, as they have been all afternoon.
Next will be Josh Donaldson. Rangers have 1 complete game this year. That was by tomorrow's starter, Chichi Gonzalez. And a complete game shutout for the young man. And Josh Donaldson taking ball 1.
Well, to go from a 12-2 loss last night to this kind of a performance from Giovanni is quite a turnaround. That's just what the Rangers needed.
And Donaldson tomahawking a high pitch, and he has a base hit. It's only the 3rd hit off of Gallardo here today. And now Jeff Bannister making his way out to the mound. Hasn't given an indication yet what he wants to do. And he has now. And I want to bring in Sean Tolleson. Get him into this 4-0 ball game, even though it is not a save situation now. I don't think the skipper wants to get to be a save situation. So Gallardo goes 8 1/3 scoreless innings of 3-hit baseball here this afternoon. He is finished, and he will depart in. Here today. Again, no runs given up. He does have 1 runner on base. Josh Donaldson at first, his responsibility. But Gallardo just 2 walks, 4 strikeouts today, and 105 pitches in his effort here this afternoon. So he leaves, and Sean Tolleson will come into the ball game for the 32nd time this year, try to close things out. Jose Bautista 0 for 2 against Gallardo with a walk. And he takes ball 1.
Giovanni's runner is at first. If Sean can get out of the inning with no run scoring, Giovanni's scoreless streak will be intact. He came into the game with 15 scoreless innings in a row. Sean trying to preserve that for him.
And the breaking ball is a bit wide. 2 balls, no strikes. Last time we saw Sean Tolleson in Chicago in the White Sox series. That's some 8 days ago. It was the day he picked up his 10th save. On here in a non-save situation. Could be a double play to Elvis. Odor back to Moreland. 6-4-3. Rangers turn that into a winner here this afternoon. As Sean Tolleson gets the double play, Rangers turn 2 for the 2nd time this afternoon. Giovanni Gallardo and the Rangers snap their